Alright, welcome to the video. In this one we're going to be discussing Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool, and I'm going to show you their basic tactical variance element. Okay, so you'll see on the TV when you're watching one of their games, it'll say Liverpool lines up in a 4-3-3. Alisson in goal, right back is TAA, center back is Joe Gomez, left center back is Van Dijk, left back is Robertson, defensive mid is Fabinho, the right center mid is Henderson, the left center mid is Wijnaldum, so the 8 and 10. The left wing is Mane, the right wing is Salah, and the number 9 is Firmino. Now, as I mentioned before, you're going to see some flexibility, and actually their system's going to change to a 2-3-5. So I'm going to walk you through the scenario of how they do this in their typical 4. Okay, now they do have some variation. I mean, I'm just showing you a standard one that you can watch at the pro level and watch their games. You'll see them use this. And essentially what happens is Salah, the number 7, and Mane in the 11 position will come narrow, and essentially like a third to make 3 forward, literally like 3 strikers. Okay, so you're going to watch here in a second and you just see how it all kind of plays out. So the 2 8s and 10 will split. The 11 and 7 will tuck inside. Okay, now when they do this, I'm going to add an opposition back 4. When they do this, the back 4 has to tighten up, so they have to get tighter. The reason for this is because if you only have the 2 center backs, it's 2 defenders versus 3. So you're going to see here in a second. So I put the defenders. So you can see here, you leave the 3 attackers like this, right? 2 defenders can't mark 3. So the simplest thing to do is to pull the fullbacks inside to help protect. That way it's always 4 versus 3 because you always need a +1. Okay, so you'll see them go inside now. So there they go. There's the back 4 to help protect. Right, but now there's a whole bunch of space in the outside channels, like this. Okay, so Liverpool will build the ball up, and the 2 fullbacks, TAA and Robertson, will both fly forward. And then you'll see here in a second, I'll pause the frame. For example, here, now you have your back 2, you have your midfield 3, and you have your front 5. Okay, now they're free to move up and down where they need to, the fullbacks, to pick up the ball or to deliver crosses and things like that. And you're going to see how it creates confusion for the opposition. Now, the other thing too is you'll see this a lot with Firmino, the number 9, is he'll drop deeper to search for the ball. So they'll overload in this central area. So then it'll be 4 essentially midfielders with Firmino dropping versus 3. And then they leave Salah and Mane higher to try and get the ball in the dangerous pockets to create shots or combinations and things like that. So now I'm going to add the remaining defenders. But first I bring the fullbacks back so you can see how this is going to impact the game a little bit differently. And again, this is just a representation. It's not, they do different variations of this, but this is one of them for you to see. So you'll see the fullbacks fly on. Okay, when this happens, the 7 and 11 of the opposition won't necessarily know what to do. They go and track. Because here's the problem. If they don't track, it's now 5v4 in this area. And that's obviously extremely dangerous. So something has to change. So you'll see this a lot. The opposition wingers will drop in to help protect like this. Okay? Which now vacates space in wide areas for Henderson and Wijnaldum to pick it up. And sometimes you'll even see them drop in a fullback position, which will allow them to obviously release the fullback. Right? So you'll see Wijnaldum drop wider here to get the ball from Van Dijk. The same thing from Henderson. And they're flexible. Now here's where you'll see a little bit of tactical variance from the 9 of Firmino. So you'll see he's dropped off the 2 center backs. And just as an example, he'll drop in this area, even lower, sometimes deeper, to pick up the ball, which leaves Mane and Salah as the 2 main threats. So he'll turn into like a number 10. And you can see here, we give the ball to Wijnaldum from Van Dijk. And he's able to pass right into Firmino and give him that release pass. And then, sorry, let me try that again for you. So you can see here he gets that release pass to pick it up in that pocket, and then they're free to create. So those little things there can make it really difficult. Because if, for example, the 9 is higher up and pressuring, then it's only 3 midfielders. If he's dropped in here to help defend, the 2 center backs have plenty of space. And then what they're going to do is they're either going to pass back and forth to try and attract pressure, or Van Dijk or Joe Gomez will dribble forward and carry to attract pressure, and then it's just a simple pass because then it becomes a 2 versus 1 scenario. So it's just finding those avenues to play when the 3 forwards tuck in. So Mane and Salah tuck in, which releases the spaces out wide for TAA and Robertson to fly forward. And it's been deadly this season. If you watch from the 2019 to 2020 season, they've only lost 1 game all season. So it's been very effective, and teams have not been able to deal with it very, very well. One way teams have is by going to a back 5, because that way it's even numbers. But then obviously it kind of can halt their attacking threat by doing that. So it just varies on the system of the teams playing against. And it's been very, very effective for Liverpool in this general sense. Okay? But again, you can see it. It's now a 2, 3, 5. And you can get freeze frames at the pro level watching them do this, and you'll see it being implemented, and it's pretty crazy to watch. You'll see they'll literally have 5 in this line, and then Robertson and TA are just putting crosses in, or you'll see Salah trying to combine with Firmino or Mane or TA to get balls in the box, and it's a sight to behold. So I highly encourage you to check out Liverpool. I'm going to give you an external link that you can check out and watch to get a little bit more insight into this, and obviously go watch games, and you'll be able to see this. So hopefully this makes sense, and I will see you in the next video.